Hi, welcome back. In this video I want to talk about why shunning is not just psychologically harmful, but physiologically damaging to people. There's a paper called Social Isolation, a predictor of mortality comparable to traditional clinical risk factors, from the American Journal of Public Health. Now, in this study, it describes social isolation as defined as disengagement from social ties, institutional connections, or community participation. When we're talking about shunning, it's actually a more extreme version of what they're talking about in this paper. The paper is discussing people who don't engage in communities or religious services, or don't have close relationships, or are not married. A very loose definition of social isolation. In shunning, you are completely ostracized. All of your social life is just completely cut out, and you now inhabit a world where you effectively have been given a social death sentence. And it's not only this, but shunning is not a choice on the person's part, it is imposed upon them, and it is layered with guilt and shame. The study concludes that among both men and women, a low SNI score, a summation of social isolation risks, was associated with a mortality hazard ratio similar to that related to smoking and greater than that related to the other traditional clinical risk factors. In other words, just as a doctor can predict how smoking will negatively affect your health and will negatively affect your life expectancy, it is the same with social isolation. If you don't have a healthy social network and you can't actively engage with people, it literally shortens your lifespan. It's like being forced to smoke. That's just how damaging physiologically it is to people. God only knows just how much more damaging it is when it's a complete social ostracism, and when that's forced upon people and they're made to feel guilty and ashamed for refusing to accept the diktats of their religious leaders. It would be very interesting to see a study like that done, but I think it's fair to make a comparison like this in terms of just how completely damaging and harmful it is to people to be shunned. Shunning is not just psychological bullying, it is physiologically abusive. So that was just a thought that I had today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.